What's up, everybody? Spabrog here, and I'm here to give you the HR Weekly Community Update number 11. This week, we got a new Sismis finally, and along with that, we got an extraction game mode. Unfortunately, the extraction game mode was kind of buggy on arrival, but as I'm doing this video, SOF tweets that they found the fix for the crash issue, and now we're gonna get it hopefully tomorrow, maybe Friday. So we might get a patch Thursday, which is very weird because we usually get it Friday. I mean, last week we got it for Wednesday. As soon as my video was done, they like basically released the patch, so that was pretty good. I was happy. I got to play a lot before Thanksgiving and stuff, and a little bit during, and it felt very reminiscent of SOCOM because I used to love freaking grinding SOCOM during Thanksgiving. But whatever the case is, let's get on with it. First, I'll talk about the patch notes, which are pretty simple, and then I'll get into the quick look. So, as I said, in this patch, we got a new Sismis, and so all the buildings have been moved. And if you're watching the clip below, what you're gonna notice is that this map is not the same, and the roadways changed to remove the map end-to-end road line of sight. So before you kind of like go from spawn to spawn, like across the map, you could basically pre-aim and pop anybody who comes across, which is terrible for the terrorists because it's like you felt like you were stuck in the spawn. There's more paths now, so it feels great. The flow of the map is awesome. I'll get into that in a bit. There's new spawn points for both teams. There's a couple new buildings, but it feels the same. All the old buildings are still there. It's just completely moved around. Like, I don't think there's one building. Maybe the terrorist spawn building is just like, everything's the same in terms of like how they look, and they might have some like little things like metal beds or privacy screens, stuff like that. But the rooms, they still have the same like entrances, the same doors, but they're just rotated a little bit, and everything's just been moved, man. It's like completely different. It's a new map, and I welcome it because it's actually really, really good. There's also new ramps. Yeah, there's a couple new ramps in there too, and it gives it more mobility for the players to like maneuver around and stuff. And also doorways are removed to improve passage and not restrict hostage movement. So very cool. And yeah, they got hostages. So the extraction mode was added to Sismis. The game mode included 3 hostages that can be directed to follow or to hold position. They stay with the commanding player until they die or receive a command from another player. Game requires successful extraction of 2 hostages by SOF unless terrorists are responsible for the death of a hostage. Then 1 extraction will record the win. Terrorists win if times run out before extraction, and points are deducted for killing the hostage, and points are added for extracting. Terrorists spawn away from hostage site to encourage using both defensive and offensive plays, which is really smart, and it's very accurate, to be honest. Extraction point added to map and minimap, and indicator shows locale. New framework has added. Was added. Sorry, I can't read today. Was added for hostages to allow distinct behavior, actions, and cleanups for those used for players. So I'm gonna talk about everything after. But yeah, this map is amazing. Let me tell you something. Sismis before was pretty broken. It was very lame. Nobody wanted to move. It was just a game of chicken, and nobody was happy to play it. But now we have a 4-map rotation, which is awesome. I know we want another map. I know they're working on a 5th map. Hopefully we get info on that soon. Maybe like a screenshot or something. It's supposed to be like Desert Glory, so I want to see it. But yeah, so I'm gonna talk about that in a bit. I'm gonna kind of go over the map and how I feel about it. I know a lot of people like it. But next, let's talk about the weekly quick look. So the weekly quick look, their main focus this week was fixing the crash people experiencing extraction. So in extraction at the moment, there was a problem where like you could play extraction, you could still play it right now. They're gonna patch it though. They said they found the issue, and hopefully they're gonna find it, give it out tomorrow or Friday. So yeah, like you would play extraction, and somebody who would join the game, they'll get to play the next round, but the people who were playing prior to the guy joining, they'll leave. So there was a issue of people joining the game and then the previous people playing in the rounds before getting booted. So it would just crash your whole game. So it wasn't cool. Alright, so another thing they're going to add is HQ calls to the extraction game mode, because right now it's kind of bare bones. Like, not that we got to play it a lot, but you don't know if somebody has the hostages or not. So that audio is very important. And they're reviewing bug reports as always, and if time permits, they're gonna return to the development of the workshop function, which is the map editor that we want oh so much. And I feel like we've pretty much come a long way. I know it's a slow but grueling process, but I see this game more as an investment, and that's something that's gonna happen overnight. And just like I planned it, like when I first bought the game, like the game needs a lot of work. It has the core is there. Just needs more content, and the content's actually coming, so that's cool. Also, they said that they might do a feature freeze as soon as the workshop is done. So I think I said that last week, but if we could get that in, we're chilling, man. Alright, so right now some topics I want to talk about. Sismis, I'm gonna give you a quick review. Sismis is amazing. I'm gonna go off the top of my head. So on offense side, there's so many buildings for cover. People were thinking like, yeah, they have hostages. It's so hard to kill terrorists, you know, because they're gonna be camping in the buildings. But the terrorists actually spawn not too far from the hostages, but they have to commit a lot. Like they have to run across the top part of their hill, and you can kind of see if they're going there as well. Not that you could pre-fire them or anything, but they have to like risk that positioning just to get there. And at least like it's all about the holes in the middle, man. There's like 4 buildings in the middle where you could like go through the alleyways or stuff where you could pop in them, and there's some buildings that are broken. You could snipe from them. It's really cool. The flow of the map is crazy. It's kind of hard in the beginning because you're so used to the old Sismis, but for me, this is like a person who likes to rush. This is their playground. There's so many like paths. There's so many lanes. There's so many ways you could rush. There's like, from what I found, like 3-4 different ways to rush so far. If you know how to maneuver around nades, or you know where to nade, you could go nade hungry in the beginning, or you could just play it simple and just let people waste their resources. You could pick them off. The sniper battles are amazing. You could snipe from church. You could snipe from terrorist spawn. Churches actually spawn like it's near the SEAL spawn now, the SOF spawn. Excuse me. But yeah, definitely very cool. Sniping is actually like fun on this map for now. Like you're not scared to peek out. You actually have somewhat of an advantage. There's no real like pre-fire or pre-aim spot that you could go. Like there's a couple core spots where you could go and just pick people off, but it's very hard and rewarding if you catch it. Like the lane's very small, and also assault rifles, they could contest with the snipers at that range or where the thing is. Plus they give up positioning, and you know that it's just so weird. Like you can't really explain the flow of the map unless you play it. It's like it feels hectic. Like when you're a terrorist and you're pushing SOF, you feel like you're behind enemy lines. There was times where I've been behind them. I don't know if I have in this video, but I would go like straight up the middle and then find that one alley, because I'm one of those players that like finding the holes and just like sneaking through them and then going for the flank. And then what I notice is that like there's like 3 dudes like on my right, and then the closest one to me is on my left. I'm like, do I really want to kill this guy, or should I not kill him and push the other 3? So you have this real cerebral gameplay, which is very reminiscent of SOCOM. Like you don't want to risk stupid stuff, and it adds, you know, tacticalness. The game doesn't look like it because we're kind of going ham, but later on, as people got used to the map, we're, you know, on our Discord channel, we're calling out a lot. You know, even though we're playing elimination, it's the same ideas there for the most part, like the call outs and stuff. But yeah, it's that's pretty much it. The hostage building is awesome. I can't really tell you much because, you know, the crash bug, but we'll get that fixed. I'll give you my thoughts next week. But how I feel about the hostages actually look really, really, really cool. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see a video of me shooting the hostage. It's called Rest in Peace H-Hour Hostage. I'll put it in the description below if anything. And the one thing that kind of went like overlooked was that the hostage animations they look really good, man. Like, I was surprised. They seem kind of copies of each other though, like the way they move and stuff. They don't really have like character to them. Like, you know, it's still bare bones for the most part. They're still adding voices and stuff, but you know, like the girl and the guy, it's not that they run the same. It's just like they're kind of just there. You know what I mean? But it's cool. They have like battle ridden faces, kind of. I think one is like bleeding from the mouth, or he's like bruised. But cool. The animations are awesome, and that's an indication that they're capable of actually, you know, delivering on a good animation, to me at least. But yeah, so that's pretty much for Sismis. Yeah, map's good. Play it. It's exciting. Hopefully we get to play Extraction soon. Hopefully tomorrow, because then I don't have class, so I'm just gonna go ham. But next off, so we've had a lot of community changing things in the last couple of weeks, and our newest thing, obviously, is our Discord channel. I'll leave that in the link below. I'm in the comments below. The Discord channel is getting more popular by the day. We try to get everybody to get on board, and basically it's because Discord is a third-party chat service, what have you, right? And it's very organized. The SIC dudes, this dude Glenn, aka SIC Evil, I think he's in charge, or I think Brick Bones is, but they organize it in a way where you could go through server to server, and you, like, say we're playing in the Dallas Medley. There's a Dallas Medley SOF channel, and there's a Dallas Medley Terrorist channel, and it's very cool. It makes it so that we could actually play with mics, and the game's a lot more addicting, man. I played like 8 hours the other day, and I haven't played that long for H-hour in probably any game forever. But it was so cool. I felt very community oriented that day, or it's like, I can't leave these dudes. This is just too much fun, and we're just laughing, you know, making jokes. And you get to know people you play with all the time, but you never knew they had mics. I was like, you had a mic the whole time and you never freaking talked? What's wrong with you? But yeah, it was really cool. So the Discord channel, I'll leave that below. I'm leaving a lot of info. I'm gonna keep doing it every week. Discord channel, and our new thing that we're doing is our Reddit. So the Reddit that we had, aka the subreddit, reddit.com/r/H-hour. Well, I'm trying to push this a little bit harder, because I feel like Reddit is something a lot of people who, you know about H-hour kind of go to from time to time, but it's pretty much dead. But I feel like I've done a pretty good job posting on it in the last week, since the weekend, to get people to, you know, get on it. And they're like, I feel like a lot of people don't like use a Reddit in the H-hour community like I thought that they would. But there's a lot of people who replied in a lot of the threads. You know, I'm trying to revive it. I'm trying to get people talking in the game. Like, I just want to show you, like, the game isn't dead. The game is not dead. Trust me. As long as it's in production, there's no way the game is dead. No way. And there's people playing it. You know, not everybody plays the same time. Some people hop in during the patch, and when the weekend's over, they just wait for the next one and just keep doing that. Some people are a little bit, you know, they really enjoy the game. They're kind of one love person. Some people are busy, and a lot of the times people are on or after like 6 p.m. EST, and it's because of work schedules. You know, a lot of the people who play H-hour and who want to see it through, a little bit older. You know what I mean? You'll see people around 2 p.m. though, like during the weekday, but on the weekend you'll always see people on. It might be not like huge numbers, but they're there. They're there. You'll always find a room. And also, if say there's like a lobby full of people, my suggestion